Hey YouTube, it is your girl Mama Kathy coming to you today with my very first reaction video for Mama Kathy 2.0. Welcome. The first video we are going to be seeing today comes with a trigger warning. Some things is not meant for all audience. So this is going to be an 18 and up video. I'm telling you now, if you don't want to, if you understand bestiality and you don't want to hear about it, then it's time for you to click out now and come back and catch us on another video. But let's get into this reaction video.
Today we'll be reacting to and breaking down body cam footage from a disturbing case out of Fort Myers, Florida. Watch closely and stay with us until the end as we unpack the facts, provide context, and ask the questions that matter. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to check out Ape Hunt Show on YouTube for more great videos like this. The link will be in the description. Let's get into it.
Engaged in conduct defined in Florida State Statute 827.071.
I don't understand.
Hold on.
I can't have you read this to me now.
It's February 15th, 2024, and a task force from the Lee County Sheriff's Office are executing a search warrant at a residence on Misty Morning Lane in Fort Myers, Florida. The team has descended on the property over a child sexual abuse investigation. Someone who lives there has downloaded abuse material online, and the download has been intercepted by law enforcement. When the team arrive at the large family home on Misty Morning Lane, they're met by 26-year-old Samantha Lee White. It's 7 a.m, so it's a huge surprise for her, and as you'll see shortly, she seems confused as to why they're even at her door. From the eventual charges that are brought forward, it seems as if Samantha's husband, 29-year-old John White, was in fact the suspect police were looking for. But for whatever reason, and thankfully so, Samantha confesses to something that takes the investigation on a whole completely different path.
Davis, we're coming. Ruger, shut up.
Wait 1 second, you're walking too fast for me.
Sorry, I just didn't have the seat.
I'm not here yet.
You got Twinkle Star in your mocap? Yeah. Can we put it back in your crib? He's just been hanging out. Just.
I want to grab a blanket since
Hey.
I'll be outside.
Hey, buddy.
What's.
Is that what you...
For me, I have shoes. Yes, they're going to
They're
be out by the
downstairs?
door.
Okay. Alright.
Buddy, so people can't do burger?
Alright, so I'm going to read you this. We have a search warrant for the residence, okay? It's going to be under agency case number with Lee County 24-06919. For the address of 18130 Misty Morning Lane, Fort Myers, Florida, 339139. It's a single family home. And again, the address is 18130 Misty Morning Lane, Fort Myers, Florida. Honorable Judge Elizabeth Adams of the 20th Judicial Circuit in and for the Lee County State of Florida received via electronic transmission pursuant to section 933.07 Florida statute from Detective Diana Sinchi. And the following items is what we're going to be looking for. Images or videos of child engaged in sexual conduct defined in Florida State Statute 827.071.
I don't understand.
Hold on.
I can't have you read this to me now. Like,
Okay.
I haven't even taken a shit this morning.
Oh my God, she mentioned something about children and what they were looking for on the computers, and she just got all. So, will you think something happened to her baby? But y'all saw that title. So let's keep going.
All right, hon.
And I just woke up and I have no idea what's going on. Oh,
We'll talk to. I'm just reading you the search warrant. Do you understand? Do you want
I
to?
think I get an understanding.
Do you want me to keep reading, or do you want to look at it yourself?
I'll look at it myself.
Okay, just. Well, we're gonna be looking for electronics, basically. That can. Are you okay? I know this is a pretty hard. I'm sorry, I made your mind everything.
And that's what I just don't want, because I can't give him to
Okay.
his dad, and I can't give him to anybody that I don't trust, and I just need a minute.
The judge was well. I'll just read the final. You can look at it in a minute. The warrant was presented to the judge on the 14th, which was yesterday, who approved it. Okay. I'll give the with everything else. Okay. All right. Questions? So basically, we're gonna search.
Yes,
As soon as the house is we're done, we'll turn it back over. We're gonna talk to you about this.
Okay.
Okay. You have any questions for us?
At some point, I need a water and to use the restroom.
Okay.
Other than that.
Yeah, we can do that. All right.
And then at some point, I would also like to go in the little garden area just so I can set him down and he can play.
Okay. Perfect. So let me just coordinate with them, and I'll be right back.
And when can I see my husband?
Just imagine waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You haven't even had your first cup of coffee, a sip of water, nothing. Just a gang of police at your door talking about they got some child pee on computers that they have a warrant for. And she's freaking out. Okay. But it seemed like she kind of overprotecting of the baby. So hopefully the baby wasn't involved in anything.
In a minute.
Okay.
We'll talk to you guys.
Okay.
And just for the record, this warrant was served at 7:47 a.m. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll be right back. And you'll get a copy of this. You want it now? I'll let you come down. I'll be back. It's read and served. She started crying, so she didn't want me to finish it. I'm like, we're looking for electronics.
You told her she's gonna have the copy of it.
Yeah, I said this is gonna be a copy, and I told her that the judge who authored the search when I showed her the day and time.
Okay. The only other thing we're gonna try is we want to have her come in and get the dog. There's one little section we couldn't clear.
Okay.
So if we can have her either leave little guy or she can keep him with her. That's fine.
I have her come
We just
in.
want to put him on a leash, or let's just find. I'll go with you. Let's just see if we can find a spot. Watch where you step.
Dead
That's poop everywhere.
too late. I don't know how many times I had stepped on everything.
Ma'am, is there anywhere we can put the dogs besides that space while we're here, or are they allowed outside?
I can let him out over here, and then they'll be trapped in there, and nobody
Will
else
that be
have
okay with
access.
you?
Yes.
It'll just help
I
us
just
speed
prefer
things up.
me.
No, we
to do
would
it.
prefer
I
you to
just
do it
don't
as well.
know how they would react to
Okay.
anybody else.
Are
yes.
you able to help do that right now?
I
Okay.
sure am. When we go in, is there a way I can just get a sip of water before we do that?
For sure.
So as you can see, the news hit Samantha like a ton of bricks. But remember, I did say not too long ago that the abuse material charges were eventually tied to her husband John. So how did she get caught up in this case? Well, that's because of what she went on to tell detectives while they were searching through the property. At some point during the search, Samantha pulled lead detectives Cinchi and Barcelli to one side and stated she had to tell them something. And what was that, ladies and gentlemen? It was information on how she was fascinated by male horse genitalia, had watched multiple videos of horses doing the business, and female humans interacting with horses in the same way. Not only that, but also she had looked online for other animal sexual related videos to see what piqued her interest. Dogs were noted as an animal she was infatuated with. In response to the information the detectives had just acquired, they asked if she ever made any videos with any animals or any of her 4 dogs that she owned. And it was at that point she told them, before she continued, she wanted Detective Barcelli removed because he was male. She didn't feel comfortable. They accepted the request, he left, and it was then she confessed to having sexual intercourse with her brown Labrador, with the last occurrence being roughly 1 month before the search in January of 2024. Speaking of the first encounter, Samantha explained that her husband John was present, but during the incident the dog became territorial and aggressive, so John left, moving for the search in January of 2024.
Okay, so one thing that I have to say about that part is we have the First Amendment right, freedom of speech, and the Fourth Amendment right, I believe, is we don't, first of all, when you're dealing with the police, let the police do what they're going to do. Assert your right, and I think that's your Fifth Amendment right. You understand? Not to incriminate yourself. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm just thinking of this on the fly. Shut your mouth. Because as you clearly heard, they wasn't even there for her. They was there for her husband. For about some child pee. So now you done open up your mouth talking about something really nasty, some bestiality, and you like to pull it up and watch it, but you were really fascinated with the dogs. And then they asked you, did you ever have sex with any of your dogs? And she got 4 of them. All right, let's keep going.
Speaking of the first encounter, Samantha explained that her husband John was present, but during the incident the dog became territorial and aggressive, so John left. Moving forward, it was reported that he would watch the pair from behind the door. Look, in a nutshell, Samantha explained that her curiosity got the better of her, and she didn't actually have a attraction to animals. But Detective Sinchi wasn't buying it. After all, this wasn't a one-off, it happened multiple times. When pressed further, Samantha explained that when she drank, she wanted to have sex, but John was often tired, so she done it with the dog instead because he was giving her the attention that she craved. Shortly after the statement was...
Can you imagine that? Her husband don't want to have sex. She drunk and horny. So instead of going out and getting the man, which cheating is bad too, but don't you think having sex with an animal would be worse than cheating? Because in the Holy Book, the Bible, it says that if you witness man having sex with an animal, you stone both of them to death. I don't know where is that in the Bible, but all you got to do is go to Google, type in on a few words, and it's going to pop up. It's going to give you scripture for that. That's bestiality. That's nasty. Let's get back to this. She did it more than one time. Multiple times. He watching her husband. Freaky people.
Given, John decided to present himself to law enforcement. He had been hiding in the house. By that point, police had found a mobile phone that had been disposed in a toilet bowl. They knew it was his, so asked him if he had intentionally put it in there in an attempt to destroy evidence. He ultimately denied knowing how it got in there. Yeah, sure thing, buddy. Detectives told him a bit of water damage wasn't going to stop them from gaining access to the information that was stored on the phone, so it was for the best that he told them if there was anything on there. That and the fact that Samantha had told them about her relations with the dog, John had no other choice but to confess to his role in that part of the case. He essentially said the same thing as Samantha, but did tell detectives that the intercourse went as far back as 2023. The pair would be arrested in connection with this part of the investigation, and they were taken into custody for further questioning. But information surrounding that questioning, just like the child material part of the case, hasn't been made public just yet. That's more than likely because John hasn't pled guilty or gone on trial for his charges, which include several offences such as filming a person and an animal engaged in sexual activity, 2 counts of activity involving an animal, and 6 counts of possession of child sexual abuse.
So that's why she opened up her mouth and told them what she told them about the animals, because he filmed it. See, I didn't know that. That's why you gotta watch and listen. He was filming his wife have sex with a dog. How disgusting is that?
Material. I suspect most of the information will be suppressed until that part of the case has been wrapped up. Samantha was eventually charged with various counts of engaging in activity with an animal. Earlier this month, in April of 2025, for those of you watching in the future, she pleaded guilty to those charges and was sentenced to 3 years in prison, followed by 3 years of probation. Her animals have been removed from her care. Of course, she's now in jail, and she's been ordered not to own any animals or live with any animals while on probation. It isn't clear if she has a lifetime ban though. For those of you wondering what happened to their child, we don't exactly know. However, what I will say is that when parents are involved in criminal cases, especially these types of ones, agencies such as the Florida Department of Children and Families get involved and assess the situation. That doesn't mean the baby will go into care. They could be with a grandparent or an aunt, for example, but they may be in care. Again, it isn't clear what's happened, but thankfully the baby isn't in their custody anymore, and thankfully the child wasn't subjected to any abuse. But who knows, ladies and gentlemen, hadn't the police searched the property that day, maybe something horrific may have occurred to the child.
This video captures the moment a search warrant is served at the White family home. Samantha White appears confused, unaware that her husband John is the subject of a digital abuse investigation. But as police begin their search, Samantha voluntarily pulls detectives aside and makes a shocking confession. Samantha was ultimately sentenced to 3 years in prison plus 3 years probation. This case raises disturbing issues about hidden abuse, digital surveillance, and how one unexpected confession led to a much larger, darker discovery. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Courtroom Accountability.
Okay, so as you've seen in this video, Samantha and John were being served a search warrant on their home, and the ending part was she received 3 years jail time, 3 years probation, and she can no longer own any animals or live with any animals while she's on probation. We don't know if that's like a lifetime, but that is abuse of an animal. And not only that, that goes against God's law, like I said earlier in the video. And another thing that I wanted to bring up about this video is the fact that white people hate black people so much. You understand? I told you they love them dogs for a reason. They let them dogs lick them all in their face. They let them lick them in the mouth. They sleep with them in the bed. So what else is they doing with them? I guess we found out. But I want to thank you guys for watching my very first reaction video. Please comment down below and tell me how I did. Go and watch the channel. He clearly said it in the end. So go look up his channel, because I like to give props where props is due, because I did a reaction video to his reaction video, okay? But anyway, we're going to have more coming. This was just one that just caught my eye today. And I was like, okay, let's get this done and let's see what's going on with this. But I thank you guys in advance. And if you like the video, please, if you like the video, then like the video. If you haven't subscribed to my new channel, please consider subscribing. I need to get 4,000 watch time minutes so this channel will be monetized, okay? And please comment, because I want to hear what y'all think about this. And tell me if y'all think I'm wrong and that y'all should be able to do what y'all want to do with y'all bodies, because they are bodies, okay? All right, y'all. Mama Kathy 2.0 over and out.